What's up, guys? We back at it. Another cooking episode. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? How we doing? So you're gonna have to excuse the angle that we're at today, but we're gonna do this pork medallion recipe today. So for those of you who are new, this is why the channel is called Butcher's Block and Patriots Talk. This is why this is the Butcher's Block part of it. What up, guys? What's up, Darkness? We are doing pork medallions for dinner tonight, Darkness. Pork medallions for dinner. What's up, Cold What up, Zib? What up, Goose? Vegas in the house. What up, guys? What's up? So, yeah, we're going to do some pork medallions for dinner tonight with a honey soy glaze or dipping sauce. However you want to make it. What up? So, we are going to get rolling, guys. Let me tilt this camera angle down. I'm probably not going to be able to see most of you guys, so let me tilt this camera angle down for you so you can see what we're working with. By the way, the pork today is brought to you by a company called Crowd Cow. C-R-O-W-D Cow. It's all of their stuff is, I think, it's all natural and grass-fed. It's really good stuff. Like really good stuff. Really high quality meat. What's up, Lewis? So let me tilt the camera angle down, and I will show you guys what we are working with. What up, Jeff? So here we go, man. So for those of you who are new to the channel, this is the Butcher's Block part of it. So we do cooking, man. So here we go. I'm gonna show you guys the piece of pork tenderloin we're working with. We don't have to clean it up too much. It's actually really good, high quality piece of meat. So we don't have to trim it up too much. Yeah, we don't have to trim it up too much. It's actually a really, really high quality piece of meat. Sometimes you'll get pork tenderloin for cheap at the grocery store and there's fat all over it and you have to really trim it up. But for those of you who are new, this is why it's called Butcher's Block and Patriots Talk. This is the Butcher's Block part of the channel. So we have fun with it. So tag along and hang out, and you'll see what we're doing today. We're doing pork medallion today, Jeff. Pork medallion. So pork medallions come from tenderloins, guys. What it basically is it's just a slice of about a 1-inch piece of a pork tenderloin, and you can have dipping sauce with it or marinate it. It's actually, pork tenderloin's really good. You can do a lot of different stuff with it. Today I think we're going to use a honey glazed dipping sauce to go with it. And so let's get rolling. I'm probably not going to be able to see the chat much, but I'm going to tilt this camera angle down so you guys will be able to see what I'm working on. So once again, pork medallions, and the meat today, the pork tenderloin today is going to be brought to you by a company called Crowd Cow. They're really good. You can order their stuff. You can order their order from them off their website, and they deliver it to you. They deliver it right to your door. It's awesome. It's good. It's really good, high quality meat. So I'm going to tilt the camera angle down. You guys will hear me talking, but I don't think I'll be able to see much of the chat for a few minutes while we clean this piece of tenderloin up. So I'll tilt this down and we'll get going, guys. We will get started. Make sure you guys can see this. Hopefully it'll be at a halfway decent angle. That works. All right, so let's get rolling, guys. This is the so side note, this is if you're gonna work with high quality meat, you got to have a high quality knife. This is from a company in Japan called, I think they pronounce it Tao. I think it's T-A-O cutlery. Tao cutlery. This is Japanese steel, guys. This is very nice. It's a really nice grain of wood too. It's a very, very high quality knife. Meat carving knife. So we're gonna get rolling. So I'll show you the piece of meat. This is the tenderloin from this is the pork tenderloin from crowdcow.com. So it looks pretty good. It's got a nice little sheath of fat on it, which is really what you want. You don't want too much, but so that's one side, and then here's the other. This is the really clean side. So we're gonna have to clean this up a little bit. We'll flip it over and start on this side. We don't have to take too much off of it, but we're gonna get rolling. So bear with me here, guys. Here we go. So let's grab our knife and we'll just start just kind of taking some of this fat off the top of it. And I'll show you. You just kind of want to shave it off so you don't take too much off the meat. So I'll pull this over here and I'll show you after we get done trimming it up what it looks like. But I hope y'all are having a good one. I hope everybody survived that storm okay. We get hit pretty hard. Heavy wind and big seas out here on the coast. Not too much the snow. I think we got about, I don't know, probably 6 or 8 inches of snow. But definitely the wind did a lot of damage for us. So not much more cleanup is needed here on this tenderloin. They sent us a good piece. So that's good on that side. So you're basically just trimming all this fat off here, guys. So this is what we're looking at after we're done. I just took a little bit off of it, cleaned it up a little bit, and so another thing you want to do with when you're working with either beef or pork is especially if you're gonna buy it and they send it to you frozen, especially if you buy it and they send it to you frozen, the first thing you want to do is unthaw it and then grab a paper towel and pat it dry. Take as much moisture off of it as you can. That's the first thing you want to do. But give me one sec, guys. All right, so step number 2, we are done with the, turn the oven down a little bit, turn the stove down a little bit. We are done with the cleanup. So now we're gonna put our seasoning on this. And for today, guys, it's gonna be pretty simple. What up, Pat? What's going on, man? So today's gonna be pretty simple, guys. We're just gonna use Emeril's Italian seasoning for this one. So nothing real fancy. And this is about the only time I'm going to be liberal with anything, but you can really apply this seasoning to this piece of tenderloin. You really want that seasoning to stick to this piece of meat. So don't be afraid to put a lot on there. So I'll flip this over and do it again on the other side. Like I said, don't be afraid to, cheers, Jorge. What's up, man? So don't be afraid to put a lot on here either, guys. That flavor, pork soaks up seasoning really well. So don't ever be afraid to putting too much on it. So I'll show you what we're working with. So this is what that piece of tenderloin looks like, with both sides done up with the Emeril's Italian. Now we're gonna start slicing this up. We're gonna start slicing this up now into our medallion pieces. So medallions are a good point of reference if you're worried about cutting them too big or too small. I usually use about a knuckle. So I go from the 2 knuckles on my finger and I'll measure about an inch and a half, and you just slice them. And I'll show you guys what each individual piece looks like when we're done. So this is what I'll try and tip this cutting board upright so you guys can see this. those scraps are going to go to diesel at the end. So I'll tip this upright so you guys can see. So that is what we're looking at right now for the medallions. That's about the perfect size. I might actually add a little bit more of this seasoning too. Like I said, don't ever be afraid to add too much of it, because you're going to lose some of it when you cook this too. Because we're going to actually, when we cook this, we're going to baste it in butter too. All right, so let's take this over, and let me take this over to the skillet, and I will put this in there, and then I'll grab you guys and take you over there and show you what we are working with when it's in the skillet. All right, so let me grab you guys off your little tripod here, and I will take you with me over to the skillet here, and then I'll show you what we're working with. So let me spin you guys around so you can see. So this is what we are looking at so far. We're basically going to cook this for a few minutes on each side. I might actually have to put more butter in this, because what we want to do is baste that in butter as it cooks. So I'm actually going to grab your little stand. I might actually be able to put you over by the stove here. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this is gonna work, guys. Hold on. See if I can set you over here. That'll work. All right, so here's what you guys saw. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna baste this in butter. So I'm gonna add some more butter to this. And we gotta be able to, we wanna just kind of let it sit, and we wanna cook it in the butter basically. Because that salt and sweetness from the butter are gonna get soaked up into this pork tenderloin. So that's what we're looking for. You want to cook this on a low heat too, medium at the most, medium heat at the most. You don't want to. The butter will burn if you go any higher. So low to medium heat would be best recommended. And we're basically just going to turn all these as we need to. So as they cook, you just turn them on the side, turn them to a different side. And then at the end of it, we're gonna take a spoon and baste them in butter. So let me show you guys what we are working with now that we've turned them. Let me spin you guys back around. So now that we have them turned over, and we're just going to keep doing this. I want that butter, so I'm just going to take this, guys, and I just melt it right in the pan. I'm just going to melt a little bit of butter right in the pan, and until I have my desired, kind of the desired amount that I want. That looks pretty good. So, and basically we're just going to flip this as needed. So as they cook, you want to seal in that flavor, and you just turn them as you need to. So we're going to turn that one over. A little bit of raw meat there that needs to get cooked, and now it's just a waiting game. So let's talk about, we can talk about this glaze too, guys. So that is, I want to say about that's a half bottle of that is a half bottle of soy sauce in there. A half bottle, a half bottle of honey, and then I added a little bit for a little bit of extra flavor. I added this McCormick smoked paprika and this onion powder to it. So when we cook this is going to go last, because this is going to go quick. What you really want to do is just heat this up enough to the point where the honey and the soy sauce melt together. So right now it's kind of separated. It's pretty thick in there. So what I'm going to do is turn that on a warm and just leave that for about maybe 5 minutes, just so the honey and the soy sauce can melt together. But this is looking pretty good. I might actually turn this up just a little bit, since we are almost done. We're going to turn that up just a tad and start kind of searing the outside of these things and getting them done. But you can tell, I can tell, if you've cooked long enough, you can tell when these things are done just by feel. But a good kind of rule of thumb is if you're going to cook them on a low heat, it's usually about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. I hate electric too, Jorge. Believe me, I hate electric too. But your boy's apartment is about the size of a mouse fart, and he lives on the coast. And it ain't cheap over here, broski. So, beggars can't be choosers, my dude. I make do with what I got. We are getting there, though. Crank that heat up a little bit. Now, remember how I told you guys about being, don't be afraid to use a lot of that seasoning. It's because, like, this is what you want them to look like when you take one of these, right? Like, you're basically searing the outside of it. So that is basically kind of like a blackened, if you've ever done blackened chicken, that's what you want the kind of the outer layer of that meat to kind of be like. So it sears all that flavor into it. I might actually add a little bit more butter to this too, because it's kind of getting low. The butter will dry up and evaporate too, guys. It will. So I'm gonna put you on your stand there, and I am gonna go. I'm gonna go grab a spoon, and we're gonna start kind of basting some of this butter over the top of these as they cook. So I'm going to put you guys, I'm going to turn your back around. I'm going to put you on your little stand, and I will be right back. All right, so now we're gonna start basting basting some of these medallions in this butter. I think I'm gonna actually have to add more butter. I don't have enough. But how's everybody's night going, guys? How did you all, if you were in the path of the storm, how did you guys end up doing? The Cape here got hit pretty hard. Our area got hit pretty hard for the storm, so if you're in the path of this storm, how did you guys end up doing? No, Zeb, they called work. They called work for us. I did not have to go into work, fortunately. Yeah, the power flickered on and off a couple of times for me, but it never actually went out. It never actually went out. We are almost there, guys. We are very, very close. So I will show you guys again what we are working with. Spin you around and show you again what we got. So bear with me here, guys. We are almost there. Probably another few minutes and we will be good to go. But that butter, if you can take the tablespoon and just kind of baste this butter, like I tilt the pan towards me and I'll take a tablespoon of it and then I'll put it on each one of these and just kind of baste them as they cook. But we're getting there. We are very close. But thanks again, guys, for coming in and hanging out. I know it's not sports related, but it's cooking is also kind of, I don't want to say it's a passion of mine, but I've always liked it. I've always liked cooking my own food. I've gotten a little lazier in my older age, though. I used to do it a lot in my mid-20s. I used to cook a lot of my own food, but now I tend to, because well, I should say ever since I switched jobs and started working for my father, I kind of have to eat on the go more than I used to, so just kind of a habit thing that I stopped doing it. And we are about probably 2 minutes from being done. It's important to pork can be tough because you don't want to overcook pork either. Because if you overcook pork, it tastes like crap. So you don't really want to overcook it either. So we're gonna turn our sauce on now, guys. I'm gonna heat this sauce up just a little bit. I just want to put it on warm to melt that basically melt that honey and just blend everything together. And once again, I put a little bit of smoked paprika and some onion powder in that sauce as well. Now you can use that either as a glaze or as a dipping sauce. Either way, it works good. What I like to do is I'll put these on a plate, and then I'll take like I know it sounds weird, but I'll take like a coffee cup and put the sauce in a coffee cup and just dunk them. And eat them. But we are done, guys. So our pork medallions are done. So I'm going to grab me a plate, and I'm actually going to put these guys on a plate, and I'll be right back. So let me take you guys back and I will show you what we are working with. So let me turn you around. And they are done. Our pork medallions are done. So those are finished. And now we're going to start heating that sauce up. And then we will plate these. So I'll take you guys, let me spin you back around. I'm going to pluck these off one at a time. Got to get my hand out of the way of the camera there. My bad, guys. So let me hold you there we go, I'll hold you a different angle. So I'm going to take these, and we can turn this heat off. So I can turn this heat off, and we will start plating these. We're going to start plating this stuff up so we can eat this. And then we're basically going to drizzle some of that sauce off the top of it. That one needs a little bit longer. Some of these are not done quite yet. That one needs another minute. This one is done. Cooking's not really a science, guys. You just gotta, it's more of a repetitious thing. You just gotta kind of do it. All right, now that's done. So one more, and then I will show you guys what we are working with. Put that one over there. That looks a little better. All right, so we got our sauce going. And that looks like it's done. Hold on, let me spin you around. So this has been warming up. And what we're basically going to do, sorry guys, get that out of the way. What we are basically going to do is we're going to grab our spoon here. And I'm going to put you on the stand. I'm going to have to put you on your stand there for a second. And I'm going to drizzle some of this sauce over the medallions, and I will bring you back and show you what the final product looks like. So let me turn you around. I'll be right back. So we're gonna take this sauce and we're just gonna drizzle it over the top of it, and then I'm gonna use it as a dipping sauce as well. So I will be right back with you guys in a minute. Right, so I'm going to take you guys with me. You're going to get to see what our final product looks like. So let me grab you off your stand. Bring you this way. Sorry, my hand in the way again. And this is what we are left with, guys. Pork medallions with a honey. I like to call it a sweet and sour because it's honey and soy with a little bit of added extra in from me. But that is what we are looking at. That's our final product. I'm gonna get to eating this, and I will be back in probably, I want to say, a half hour. We're gonna do our first of two giveaways. So come back in about 25 minutes. Come back in about 25 minutes, guys. I'm gonna be live again, and we're going to do our first Christmas giveaway for you guys, and as a subscriber appreciation. So once again, guys, I'll be back in like between 20 minutes and a half hour for another live stream, and I'll be cleaning up the kitchen, and then I'll be back live again, and we are going to do a giveaway. It's time to give back to the squad. So Rogue, it is a $25 gift certificate to NFL Shop, so you can buy whatever you want. $25 to NFL Shop, so you guys can buy whatever you want. So you don't want to miss out on that one. But that is what we are going to be doing in about a half hour after I wipe this kitchen up, get it cleaned up, and eat this food, and we'll be back live for that. So don't miss out on that. But that's the plan. Once again, though, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. I like doing these cooking videos. And I will see you guys in about a half hour. But you're out for now. Peace.